Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 8 of our commentary for Metroid Prime. Last time, we used the thermal visor to escape from the space pirate laboratory in Phendrana Drifts, and we took down Thardus, the boss of the area, and obtained the Spider Ball. Unfortunately, we can't explore any further into Phendrana Drifts with our current loadout, so we're going to have to go and find yet another item. And that item is in the Chozo Ruins.
That's right. Backtracking!
If you recall, the only way to get to the Chozo Ruins is by going all the way back through the mostly linear Magmore Caverns, which we are now at, like, the opposite end of. So, just full disclosure, this episode is mostly going to be us just going to our next destination and, like, picking up a few, like, incidental things along the way.
Spoilers.
Case in point, this room has an energy tank we can get if we solve a quote-unquote puzzle here.
Also,
first we gotta take these guys down.
Yeah, the astute of you will notice that these are new enemy that spawn in the room. They're gonna spawn here every time now. Every time that he has to come through.
Fun.
Well, actually, technically, we haven't been to this part of the Magmore Caverns yet. This is, like, even further along than the elevator we were using before.
I thought this was the one with the, because there will be jetpack people that will spawn in the room.
Oh, yeah, they do show up in, like, every other big room in the this area, so you're not, like, too off base there.
Yeah, because I'm remembering the one where there's, like, the little two-story structure in the center. That one. Because first time through, no jetpack pirates. Second time through, and every subsequent time, multiple pirates. Really annoying to deal with. It's just like, why?
I'm going to be really embarrassed if we mentioned this in the previous episode and I've forgotten. It's actually been a while since we've recorded, but do not use the thermal visor in the areas of Magmore Caverns that are, like, filled with lava because you will go blind.
Well,
Permanently.
Again, great little attention to detail, but
it hurts.
Also kind of like, you know, a little bit shocking if you're not prepared for it.
That's like using the thermal goggles or the night vision goggles in Metal Gear in, like, a snowfield. You're just gonna blind yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out the hard way in Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
Because, like, in Peace Walker, which I played immediately before, you use the night vision goggles during the day, and it's basically just like your detective mode, where it highlights only, like, critical, like, well, you know, enemies and important objects and stuff. But in Metal Gear 5, it's realistic. So if you try to use them during the day, you'll just lose your vision immediately. Especially everything is, like, just bright white.
Especially in the Afghanistan missions, because it's very hot there.
Does that make Magmore Caverns Afghanistan for space?
Yes, Space-Ghanistan.
Not nearly enough dirt for it to be Afghanistan.
It's a little too hot down here. But yeah, anywho, new energy tank. Whee!
Sweat.
More HP!
God.
You're gonna need it for some of the bosses.
There's definitely not nearly enough, like, space beetles and giant lava worms for it to be Afghanistan.
That's true, yeah. That was the one thing they skimped a little bit on. Oh, hey, new enemy.
Oh, yeah. The lava burgers.
Yeah.
Lava burgers!
Isn't that what your mom's making in Pokemon Gen 2? The Cinnabar Island, like, volcano burger? Did anybody else, like, investigate the stuff around your house at the beginning?
No.
Okay.
Not.
I never played the game except with you guys.
That's true.
Your mom, does that mean that your mom in that game is Samus? After she's settled down, decided that she's done, she's like, yeah, I figured this one out on Talon 4. They're real good.
That's why her child is the protagonist of the best Pokemon games, because he was raised by the galaxy's greatest hero.
What? Oh yeah.
This makes sense in my brain, folks. Don't question it.
I keep forgetting that you can do this.
Get the glory kill on that Magmore there.
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't give you, like, HD collection medals for that.
Well, they I don't know if that's a specific one that you get, but yeah,
jumped the gun
a little bit there. Yeah.
I wonder if you're under that when it lands, if it would kill you.
It's probably do a crap load of damage.
or if it just kind of like pushes you out.
I forget if there's any way to be instantly killed in the Prime games. I don't think there is.
I don't remember.
Even in the later ones where there are like bottomless pits you can fall into, they just kind of like knock down like 10 HP.
Yeah. Thank gosh.
So.
Because
thank goodness.
They knew that the space jump was going to be really finicky.
I mean, I guess you can. I guess if you want to be technical, if you like fail an escape sequence and run out of time, that's an instant kill.
That's true.
Oh,
although I don't know if you, it might be a little bit presumptuous to call it an instant kill instead of like a 5-minute long kill.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, the only escape sequence in this game is the one we did at the beginning. So.
That's right.
Yeah, they front loaded.
I guess that was one Metroid tradition they weren't totally confident in bringing into 3D was having that for the finale.
Yeah.
Didn't they want to
boy,
put it
did
in?
they make up for that in Prime 2.
Yeah. Didn't they want to have it at the end of this as well?
Well, they almost set it up like they're going to have it, but then they just like, no, the cutscene's fine. Or hell, no, it's not even a cutscene. It just cuts from the final boss arena to Samus like getting into her ship.
Yeah. Of course, it wouldn't take that long just like going by geography, because like there's only like 2 rooms down there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it's
I
one
like
of
how
those
literally everywhere Samus goes, by the time it ends up blowing up by the time she leaves. She like goes to the grocery store to pick up some eggs, and the whole place
Everybody
goes
in the
up.
store is just runs out as soon as they see her walk in.
She's like,
We've heard about you.
I gotta buy these eggs fast. I got an explosion to look at.
Oh, hey, check it out. We got some new music here in the Talon Overworld.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is one of my favorite songs in the game.
I don't know what I like more, the Phendrana Drifts 2 or this.
It's so hard.
I love that thing just disintegrates with the like the Star Wars Jedi Outcast like disintegration gun effect.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. Once we get our final beam upgrade, we'll be able to do that to any enemy.
Nice.
Oh god,
Apply
yeah.
that
fun
shader to
stuff.
everybody.
Yeah, no one is safe. But yeah, I remember every time I hear this song, it takes me back to like my elementary school days when I had the Ocarina of Time Master Quest disc for GameCube, because they had a trailer for Metroid Prime on that. Long before I would actually go on to play Metroid Prime, and this was the music from that trailer. So.
I remember I also had a big DVD of like a bunch of video game trailers, including stuff like Dragon's Lair, and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What, like the 3D Dragon's Lair for Xbox?
I don't remember. I at least remember it showed clips from the original game, but it might have just been like from the based on the original Dragon's Lair.
These aren't an advertisement. We just think they're neat.
That reminds me,
Look at
like,
these
I
games you
have
could be
a
playing.
demo disc of Prime 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You see, I think I should have a demo disc of Prime 2 because the copy I have for GameCube
Is the bundle.
that I got from my uncle is that disc, but it's missing the Prime 2 demo.
Aw.
So yeah, I've just got this, this slightly weird-looking Metroid Prime case in my collection, but no disc to like back it up.
Oh, is it the one that has like the little slash on the front? And it's like
Yeah, the little
bonus
cutaway
disc
with like
included.
Metroid Prime 2 Samus in it.
Yeah.
It was, as far as I can tell, the only difference in her design is that her visor has a little notch in the top that this game doesn't have.
You've combed over that model meticulously to know this.
Well, I had to draw it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, did you grab like? Did you have to grab like different Prime images to reference?
Well, like whenever I make one of the thumbnails, the amazing, wonderful thumbnails
Yes.
that I've graced you with over the. Oh, who am I kidding? Anytime I make one of those thumbnails, I always have to make sure it's like artwork from the game, so that that I'm referencing. Because, in the case of something like Metroid or Halo, there are slight variations in the appearance of the character's armor from game to game, even when it seems like there wouldn't be.
Oh, man.
And so I gotta make sure that I'm drawing, like, accurate...
Hey, Master Chief and Halo had several redesigns, and is in fact getting
Right.
another one with Halo Infinite.
Oh my god.
I will say my one regret with like the thumbnail designs, apart from just not spending enough time on the early ones, is that the Thousand Year Door Mario only has 4 little notches in his mustache when he's supposed to have 5.
Ooh, come on, Joe. What were you thinking?
And I easily could have fixed it, but like at the time, for some reason, I was like, I don't have time. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody cares.
Does that make your Mario a male or a female Bidoof?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Is
there sexual dimorphism in Mario's?
Wait, what?
Is it Mario or Maria?
He's Medufa.
Works for me. Anywho, this this room where we fought the plated beetle originally and got the morph ball actually has quite a few little secrets attached to it. First of which being that missile expansion that we couldn't get to before, but also there's another room that we can access via this room that'll give us an item that's not needed to complete the game, but one that's very helpful in certain situations.
It's pretty good.
If you've got the missiles to spare. But I guess I'll just let this room play out, and we can find out what that is when we get... Okay, not this room, but the following one. There's a lot of these copy-pasted hallways in this game.
Loading
Did this room,
hallways.
On my most recent playthrough, I can tell where this version of the game would make this easier. Because you have to aim at a very tiny little square by these beetles that can reflect your super missiles, and you don't have a lot of missiles in this at this point of the game.
Yeah, the Wii Remote aiming makes this a lot better once we get up to the upper levels, because when we do, you'll notice that the columns that we have to shoot are surrounded by these like plated enemies that are invincible. I think they're called the Oculus.
Yeah.
Not the Oculus Rift, but God, has anybody talked about that thing in like 5 years?
Nope. The Valve Index came out, and everyone's just like, "Oh, that's better."
We're moving on with our lives. Good to know.
It's also one of the things, like, it was acquired by Facebook, which then brought on all of the bad decisions that Facebook's made. So, like...
Oh, boy.
So, like, there are...
Oh, no.
There are normal VR games, and then there are Oculus VR games.
Oh, jeez.
Don't these enemies only spawn in this room?
They do, and that's why I remember this room, because when I did my test playthrough, I missed those.
Nice.
And I know for a fact in the GameCube version, those do not respawn after you get the item in this room and complete this puzzle. But in the Trilogy version, it just resets the puzzle and you can go back and get them later. But yeah, so they made a unique kind of puffer only for this room that never respawns after you solve this puzzle.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's Metroid Prime logbook entries for you.
Yeah, because why would your logbook be easy to complete?
Yeah. We gotta milk more value out of this 20-hour game.
It's not even that. It's more along the lines of just like, if you missed it once, too bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, the reflection radius on those things is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think this. Correct me if I'm misremembering this. Yeah, I have really bad luck. That wasn't even close.
No.
Forgive me if I'm remembering this wrong, but I think this part is slightly harder on the Wii version than it is in the GameCube version because of the bloom that they added to emissive objects, like the sun. So when that one where you're aiming like directly into the sun is a little bit more blinding than it was on the GameCube.
A wave buster.
Yes.
Is this like the wave
buster.
dash from Melee?
Unfortunately, no, but we do get to channel our inner Bill Murray.
Yeah,
and,
I was gonna say, whenever I used this as a kid, I always pretended I was a Ghostbuster.
Hell yeah.
This is one of the few, homing attacks you get that's just ridiculously powerful.
It's also the only beam upgrade in this game that's useful, besides the super missiles.
I got a lot of use out of the ice burst.
Yeah.
Okay, the ice burst is the second least
Flamethrower kind of sucks though.
one.
Yeah, the flamethrower is kind of bad.
I did really I did as a kid really enjoy each of them having I thought it was really cool that they weren't just super missile with an elemental effect. they had like some cool spin on each of them.
Yeah.
Right.
They just felt cool to use, even if you weren't using them on an enemy.
Yep.
Yeah, they did a good job of like distinguishing them. Does anybody remember the ones from Prime 2 though?
Yep.
Vaguely. I remember
I
were
remember
kinda
the
lame.
dark beam one because it's basically just like a black hole
Yep.
That one's really good, actually.
that takes like 20 missiles to use.
The
It,
light
like,
beams
clears
was
rooms.
a kind of like shotgun burst, and then the Annihilator was a rapid fire tracking.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It kind of reminds you of the hyper beam in 3. The phase-on overcharge beam.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what it
Oh,
reminded
okay.
me of.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 3 didn't have like the beam upgrades that the first 2 games did, because all the beams in Prime 3, like it's just like a linear upgrade system. Like you start out with the standard power beam, then you upgrade to the plasma beam, and then the Nova beam.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, you know, your big like mega ultra beam attack is just when you go into like phase-on overload and, you know, use those attacks.
If you get hit with the Nova beam, you have to watch a 45-minute documentary about space. That's its effect.
Oh.
Hosted
Oh.
by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It
Yes.
just streams it directly to your visor.
It's just Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about how implausible Metroid is.
Oh, you got
Oh
crushed.
no, you got crushed.
Everybody's favorite hater of fun.
Come on, Metroid's depiction of Afghanistan isn't even remotely accurate.
They tried, damn it, they tried.
Oh yeah, you can actually go back up this now. You're going for the
it's
artifact, aren't you?
It's the shaft of doom here.
Oh god.
But not only is this there's an artifact, a Chozo artifact up there, but also there's a wait, no, there's not. This is just what you have to do to unlock the spider ball track.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be like a missile up here. It's like, you know, if you're going to make me spend all these super missiles, at least give me something a little more than just, you know, progress.
Nah. Just unlock a new path, my guy.
Heck, this puzzle's easier on this version too, just because of where those symbols are located.
Yeah.
You have to stand like right under them, hit L, and look straight up.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
a
in the
little
GameCube
finicky.
version, Samus gets a lot of pain in her neck from all this, you know, craning it.
Oh hey, our friends the Oculus are back.
Yeah, the Oculus Rift. It's making its glorious comeback here in whatever year the Prime trilogy was released.
God, Spring Ball makes this so much easier because these can be destroyed by bombs.
Yep.
These platformers.
Yeah, that too. I guess it does make the game
Oh
easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
Spooky.
about that because there's no like indication that they're destructible.
Yep.
Is that our first Chozo Ghost? I think it is.
It
I
is.
think so.
It's our first
Yeah,
Chozo
Spooky doo.
or Gozo.
that's kind of a... I prefer Gozo because Chost sounds like kind of a gross word. Oh, and I think I forget to scan them here too,
Oh,
but
no.
don't worry, there are plenty of Chozo Ghosts to scan, even if you forget the first few times, because...
Because you fight these guys a lot.
Yeah, this is one of the most quote-unquote beloved elements of Metroid Prime, because these guys, after a certain point of the game, will just... They're kind of like the flying pirates, but exponentially worse, because they'll just start spawning in rooms that you've already been to after you hit a certain, like, point in the game.
Yeah.
So there
They're
is a way that you can stun lock these guys to make it a little bit easier to fight them.
Oh, yeah?
It's basically just a rhythm with partially charged power shots, because to the charge shot, you only need to charge up about 70% of the way to get the full charge shot, and it kind of like staggers them a bit. And so if you, the timing's a little tight, but if you do, you know, partially charged shots, you can stagger them to keep them from phasing away.
Uh-huh. Is that faster then as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what the speedrunners do. They get the rhythm going.
Oh, come on. How did I miss there?
Yeah, I guess
Mushu would be so ashamed of me.
the reason they're bothersome is one, they can disappear so you're no longer locked on. And then 2 is if they hit you with their little ball, it
staggers you.
Makes you lose your focus.
Yeah.
I will say, though, as annoying as these guys are, they're nowhere near as annoying as the Dark Commandos from Metroid Prime 2. Because
or
at
like
least
most
in
of the
most
enemies in Prime 3.
Yeah.
Or everyone's just
at least,
bullet sponges.
Yeah. Well, at least in the case of the Chozo Ghosts, or at least in this room specifically, this room locks down and you have to fight them. But in most of the rooms where they appear, you can just leave if you want to. I mean, if it's a room where you have to like solve a puzzle, then you're kind of screwed because you have to do it anyway. But if you're just backtracking through an area, you can kind of just ignore them. But in Prime 2, not only do they introduce the Dark Commandos like way earlier than this game introduces the Chozo Ghosts, but also they lock all the doors.
So you have to fight them.
That's right.
And to add insult to injury, the pirates just disappear after a certain length of time. Mm-hmm. So really the only function of the Dark Commandos in Metroid Prime 2 is to slow you down because, you know, they have the same behavior where they like phase in and out of the visor that you can see them with. Oh god. Episode over. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye y'all.
Bye-bye.
See you.